Hello, friends. Onyx and I are here today, and we're going to talk to you about healthy things. We'll talk soon. Hi, friends. This is Bethany Jennings, and you're listening to We Should Talk. It's a podcast where we talk about anything and everything to encourage, equip, and empower you to be a decent human. Let's talk. Okay, today we're going to talk about healthy things. Let me describe this setting for you. I am sitting outside a restaurant waiting on curbside pickup that was supposed to take 15 minutes. Let's just say it's taking longer, so I'm just going to make the time productive. My oldest kid is with me. Onyx is with me. He's in the back seat, so he's going to be talking at some point. Also, he wants the window down, so we've got the window down. Are we next to a major highway? Yes, we are. You're fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. We're just going to talk like it's not a big deal. Yeah, your window's down, bud. So, yeah. You want mine down? I don't want my window down. Oh, you want yours up? Okay. So Onyx has this thing where he switches words, and it's always opposites. As he kept saying, window down, window down. So, okay, it is down. He goes, no, up, and switch it around. He does it with on and off, over, under, in, out, every opposite. He does it. I don't know what that's about. I'll have to figure it out. On what, hon? Down. Okay, down. You want your window down? No. Okay. See what I mean? Anyways, today we're talking about healthy, not food healthy, exercise healthy, those kind of things healthy. We're going to talk about relationships being healthy, what that looks like. I think a lot of times we come on here, by we, I mean me, and we talk about how things are wrong or what unhealthy things look like, what abnormal things look like. But sometimes we just need to take a second and recognize when we're in a healthy relationship. So let's talk about it. Healthy relationships. First of all, you need honesty. You have to communicate openly and truthfully. You got to. If you are scared to communicate openly and truthfully, not without tact, because truth without tact is cruelty, and that's not what we're talking about here. But if you're afraid to communicate openly and truthfully because you're scared of that person's reaction, that's not healthy. But what is healthy is when you do share openly and you're honest about what you're feeling and thinking, even if the person's upset, you know that they're going to take it in and hear what you're saying, and you guys are going to work through it. That's healthy. So if that's happening in your relationship, good job, friend. You're doing great. Another thing is having support from the person you're in a relationship with. This is, again, I say this all the time. It's not just romantic relationships. It's any relationship, familial, platonic, romantic, any relationship, even boss-wise, like a work relationship. Having support from the other person, supporting each other's choices. If it's not life or death, heaven or hell, supporting each other's choices, being understanding when they don't have it all together, offering them encouragement when they're struggle busting, listening to them work through things without judging everything they're saying. Because sometimes, I'll just be trying to work through things and I just say stupid stuff. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now I see where I was wrong there. And then I'm good. And also valuing each other's opinions. It's not just, I'm making this decision, you have no say. But actually listening and talking things through with people and valuing their input and valuing their opinion on things. And in that support, having cooperation. Cooperation is both of you guys, right? That would be both people in the relationship. And it would be, for example, asking and not expecting. I can ask David to do something for me. I can ask my mom, could you please, blah, 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 and not just expect that they're going to do it without me asking it and communicating it. And then when there's change in a relationship and the dynamic of a relationship Sometimes kids are added. Sometimes work schedules are crazy. Sometimes just accepting that change and being okay with it and realizing my best friend doesn't hate me. She just had a baby. That's why we're not talking as much, right? Making decisions as a unit, especially in a marriage, making decisions as a unit and not just saying, again, it's part of the support, not just saying, oh, I'm going to do whatever I do and it doesn't matter what you say. No, because if you're in a relationship with someone, especially a marriage, it affects them. It affects them tremendously. Always look for a win-win. You're going to have conflict in a relationship. Every relationship has some form of tension and conflict. But being able to look for a win-win solution and being able to compromise to where maybe you're not getting everything you want in this specific circumstance, but everyone is getting what they need and at least some of what they want. That's cooperation, right? And not control. Control is saying, I get what I want. I don't care what you want. That's not cooperation. That's control. That's very different. And when you have these things, you will be building trust and accepting each other's word, accepting each other's, affirmation that I'm not out to get you. I'm not here to just use you and abuse you and send you on your way, right? And being able to give that person the benefit of the doubt that even when they're having a struggle bus day, they're not rolling out on you, right? Even when, your friend is a little moody, it doesn't mean that person hates you or that person is, doing you wrong and talking behind your back. And no, like if you have a trust with that person, you give them the benefit of the doubt and say, I know they probably could have said that better, but it's okay. We'll work it out later. She's probably just struggling today. Or, I know that, my wife didn't take the trash out today. But she probably just forgot because she was late for work. Something like that. You know what I mean? Giving each other the benefit of the doubt and accepting their word on that. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to follow through. Now, in order for that to happen, in order for there to be trust, you actually have to earn that. And even though, even though this time something didn't work out as planned, based on previous events, I know that eventually this will work out and we're going to be fine. That's trust. Trust is built. It has to have a foundation. It's not just randomly, well, I said I'm going to do it. Trust me, I'm going to do it. Well, you've not done it. You've not followed through in the past. Why would I trust you? The other thing, in that trust and building that trust, which comes from cooperation, because you support each other, you cooperate, and you could support each other because you're honest with each other, is accountability. Accountability will build trust like nothing else. Accountability is not just saying, I'm going to be home at 8:05 and being there at 8:05. Accountability is saying, I made a mistake, I'm owning up to it, and I'm trying to work on it. Admit your mistakes or admit when you're wrong. If you are able to do that in your relationship, and if the other person in your relationship is also able to do that, you're doing great. You're working on a healthy relationship. Good job. Also, accepting responsibility, not just for their wrongdoing, but accepting responsibility for bad attitudes or poor behavior or their value system being different than yours. They say, no, you put me in a bad mood. No, you chose to be in a bad mood. I didn't intentionally put you there. And again, that's part of open communication. But the instant accusing, it's your fault, it's not me, it's your fault. I'm this way because you did. I don't think they fully realize it, but when people do that, they're actually giving you so much control over them. To say, my entire mood shifted because of one behavior that you did. That's crazy. I don't want that kind of control over someone. That's too much responsibility. I can't take it. But what's crazy, though, is usually the people who do that are the ones who try to control through manipulation and say, well, I wouldn't be so mad all the time if you didn't. Well, let's rewind here. You're saying I have control over you? That's crazy. Because right now you're trying to control me. See, people sometimes. Pray for them. So anyways, accountability builds trust, and trust comes, when you are cooperating with each other, and when you cooperate with each other, when you support each other, and you support each other when you are honest with each other. And all of those things, honesty, support, cooperation, trust, accountability, all of those things lead you to feeling safe. And really that's what we look for in relationships. Every kind of relationship, romantic, platonic, familial, every work relationship, every kind of relationship, we are seeking to feel safe. So if you don't feel safe with someone, you shouldn't be in a relationship with that someone, or you should at least admit that you don't feel safe and work on it. Maybe the person doesn't know you don't feel safe, but just be willing to work on that. So all of those things lead to safety. What does safety look like? What does safety feel like? Safety is not just financial security. Well, my husband works hard and pays the bills. He can be a jerk if he wants. Absolutely not. My wife's at home all day taking care of the kids. She can be mean to me if she wants. She can be snot all she wants. Nope, that's not how it works. Negative. My wife works hard in the office. She's stressed. And, sometimes she's a little short with me, but it's fine. Nope. That's not respect. That's not safety. Safety is refusing to intimidate or manipulate the other person in the relationship. Safety is respecting physical space. Believe it or not, even in a marriage, sometimes you just need space. Sometimes you don't need to be right next to your partner all the time. Sometimes you just need literal physical space. Safety also looks like expressing yourself in nonviolent ways. Like, I can be mad and not slam the door. I can be mad and not throw things. I can be mad and not curse. Like, everything I have just described is an adult tantrum, which indicates that you are not functioning with the reasoning part of your brain. You're functioning with the survival mode. You're functioning with the fight or flight mode. You're functioning with you're not functioning with the higher part of your brain. I don't think people fully understand this. Again, and this is a form of manipulation, and I'll scare you into doing what I want you to do. When you lose control of your behavior and you throw a tantrum as an adult, it is problematic. That just shows that you don't have control. As much as you're trying to control someone else, you behaving that way demonstrates your lack of control. So anyways, if you have these qualities in your relationship, you have honesty with each other, and through your honesty, you support each other. And because you support each other, you have cooperation in your relationship. And that cooperation leads to trust. And that trust is founded in accountability. And you feel safe in your relationship. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so great. If you find yourself not in a relationship like this, be willing to talk about it, work on it, fix it, get help, get counseling if you need it. But for those of you who are working on having a healthy relationship, you are so cool. Thank you for trying to be a better human. All right, that's today's quick episode. I am hoping and praying this food comes out real fast. My belly's hungry. My children are hungry. Y'all pray for us. Okay, bye. Well, that was fun. I'm glad you stuck around for the whole thing. And thank you for talking to me today. Y'all go like and follow and review and do all the podcast things that people do. And don't forget to be a good human.